So, um, I was just thinking about this a few days ago. I was listening to a live stream of asking Daniel, and he was having a scenario where this woman was independent, but she was ended up paying for some dude. And meanwhile, the dude was paying for a Latin woman who didn't try to be independent. She asked for what she wanted to ask him to pay for stuff. And it got me thinking because there was and it reminded me of the whole high value man thing that the late Kevin Samuels tried to push. High value man, and you making this kind of money, and the woman should be letting you cheat in peace because she's living under your lifestyle, and if she want to have be with a high value man, she got to accept a whole lot of stuff. And I hear other things like women saying, "Well, now we get to dictate because guys are living off us, and I'm independent, and I don't have to need no man. I ain't gotta live off a man, and if I want to pay for a man, I can." And I'm listening. It's like this high value man and independent woman talk put people in the trick hole bag. When you have a dude talking about I need an independent woman, they ain't talking about a woman that can be on her own and you have your own stuff. No, they're talking about a woman they can use. They're talking about a woman that will um, pay for their stuff, pay for the dinners, let him move in her house, pick her up in her car. I remember like there was song by Neo was talking about she's picking them up in her car. Or Lil Bootsy was talking about she's buying him gifts. And listen, there's nothing wrong with buying your man a gift. I'm not. This is not for speak saying you shouldn't do nothing for your men, and you shouldn't accept a gift from women. But when I really think about this song, it's kind of like, okay, so you becoming the hoe in the situation. You're living off her. You letting her pay the dates. You're letting her drive you in her car. So you're basically becoming the hoe in the situation. You're borrowing money off of her. She gotta pay you for your time. So basically, you being the hoe, and the woman being the trick because now I can kick him out my house. I can I can I can choose whatever man I want, and all I gotta do is flash his money around. I'm like, okay, well you becoming the trick now. You're becoming the trick in this situation. And there's so many women you see on these court cases. You see now these women talking about these men don't want to buy them stuff. These men don't want to. They coming back saying what do you bring to the table? Well, what do you expect? You said you were independent. You say you don't need a man. You say I got my own. Okay, well, people gonna test you. People gonna call you bluff. Hey, I ain't got it this month. Can you give me 100 till payday? Yeah, I'm kind of struggling out here. Can I stay at your place for a few days? And women allow it because they don't want to be the woman that's dependent. They don't want to be the quote unquote gold digger. But in essence, they put you in the trick bag now. Because now, seeing that a man that should take care of a woman, now the man is looking at, okay, well, you don't need me. You don't need my money. Let me see if I can borrow something. Because again, a lot of people are opportunists. Now let's take it back to the high value man that Kevin Sain was trying to push. Oh, you gotta make this $10,000 a month, and and the woman uh, should be going for you just because of your money, not because you have a certain type of character, not because you actually want to be a father, or you want to treat her right. She's a trophy wife. She got to be fit, feminine, and friendly, and because you make this kind of money, that's the type of woman you deserve. But if you look at the situations going on, like a Tyrese or a Steven Crowder, or I mean Jeff Bezos, Dr. Dre. I mean, you see the situation where these guys are paying out a whole ton of money because they were this high value man, and they brought this woman in who was making the lesser, and they thought that because I'm this high value man that I could go around do whatever. But they forgot one thing: the court case. They forgot there's especially when we're talking about Texas or California. When they after that money, they're gonna get that money from you, and they don't care if you got a prenup or not. They're gonna get that money out of you. They'll find some way that prenup don't mean nothing and get that money up out of you. That's the life of a high value man. And if you think these women are just gonna let you cheat in peace, yeah, they'll let you do what you do. I mean, now there's women like Priscilla Clark literally telling women, "Hey, let them go cheat, let them do whatever." So they bring the money back to you. See, that's what happens when you're talking about that high value man. These women playing the game, and the same with the women. The women now, you talk about this whole thing with Freddie Gibbs, baby mama, how she was talking about she was paying this dude um, phone bill because she had a discount at T-Mobile because she had a military discount, and everybody, she's getting phone people having phone contracts with her, and Freddie Gibbs was not even paying his phone bill because she like, I don't want to seem like I'm a gold digger, or I don't want to seem like I'm independent. Well, there's a thing about independence. Independence costs. See, in the independence costs. To be independent, you have to pay. And when you lead off like that, and you don't lead into, hey, what this man can do for me, men want. There's some men who want to be the providers, but you're saying you don't need to be provided for. Well, dude's going to test it. Because again, a lot of people are opportunists. Same with the high value men. You want to be the high value man? Okay, ladies going they'll play the game. Because again, a lot of people are opportunists. And if they can use you, they will. Or or you as a guy, when you got the independent woman buying you all these different things, she's she's letting you live in her house and stuff like that. You turn it into the hoe. She's turning it into your trick that you can be discarded at any time. So, like I said, these high value men and independent woman talks, it puts people in the trick hole bag. Either you're gonna be the trick or the hoe. Because either people are gonna use you or you're gonna use them. It's not a situation where it's on people's character. It's not that people have money who is wealthy and stuff like that, but it really just depends on their character. Because you can have a dude who got a lot of money, but if he don't know how to spend that money, he don't know how to save that money, he can go broke. That woman can be the same way. If she don't know how to spend her money, she can go broke. And if you are just constantly taking, they're gonna feel entitled and try to control you. And that's men or women. Like I said, a lot of people are opportunists. If they can treat you like shit, they will. But if you as a person don't allow that, then they can't do it. And in many cases, they don't even want to try it with you. I had a lot of dudes at work getting put in that trick bag. They blowing money, taking these women on for meals and getting nut and getting hosed. They feel like they're getting used. Same with these women. They with a dude living off them. They ain't paying shit, and they getting used up. And the reason why it happens is because a lot of these people allow this to happen because they want to play up this facade that I'm this high value man. Uh, I can do what I want with these women, and they leading with their wallets. And with these independent women, they leading with the wallet. That makes you a target. And a lot of times, it's not that people want to use you, but if they see an opportunity, they're gonna take it. You know, my brother was a homosexual. I was playing the homosexual route for a bit, but I knew how to get out of that. But my brother he kind of never got out of it. He still need a woman to take care of him. But I think he's kind of getting out of that now because with his last woman, when he was in jail for a year and almost a year and a half, yeah, that kind of got him out of that. I don't need to be dependent on women. But that's what happens when you're dependent. They're gonna treat you like a hoe, and then they're gonna dispose of you. Or you got these women who play sugar daddy. I mean, sugar daddy, sugar mama games. Oh yeah, I can dispose of this sugar daddy at any time. Yeah, yeah, you're right. But those sugar daddies also going to dispose of you at any time. You gain a pound, yeah, this thing attitude. All you have to do is cut the money off. And what's even worse is that if you're on that website and you have a situation where you're just a shitty person, all those men can report you. And now all of a sudden, you ain't got no men around. Now you got to move to another city. That's what happens when you put yourself in that trick whole relationship. It all these relationships now becoming transactional. And when you become transactional, when it's not a financial benefit, you could be discarded. And that's why it's very important. Now, I'm just talking about the men now. It's very important to understand you don't need to tell people you're a high value man. Just be that. And there's something natural within you. If you want to be that high value man, hey conscious, how you doing? If you want to be that high value man, all you really have to do is place a high value on yourself and treat yourself accordingly. Have all these different skills and resources within you so that you can make that high money and be of value to other people. Because wealthy people, and I'm talking about wealthy, not rich, but wealthy, they are valuable to other people. My definition of a high value man is simply someone who solves people problems and he's paid highly for it. Now my only change to what I was saying in the first place is it's not always money. You get favors, you have respect. People will follow you not because of just your money, just because of you being able to solve problems. That's what a high value man is to me. It has nothing to do with women. And that's what the Kevin Samuels and even the Rolo Tomasi try to push is that it is dependent on women, which is not. You got a lot of dudes who can get women broke as fuck. You got a lot of dudes who can get women around him, but he's worthless in any other capacity because all his life is about women. So when that's all you can get is women, but you can't lead nobody out of a paper bag. Once your ability to your looks or maybe your sex game goes down, nobody thinks you're worth anything. That's why I when dudes talking about I got a wife, I got a girlfriend, I get pussy. It's like that don't mean nothing to me. Because I know guys who could get pussy, they're still worthless. I know dudes who had a wife, they ain't happy. I knew dudes who got women and it turned into so much of a headache, they stressed out. That's when you put women at so independent. Then you have the women, I've had women that talk about they independent. They I don't need no man, I run men, and they getting used and abused. They got a dude that's living off them. It's sad to see a coworker, a chick who's making all the money, but then when you have a dude come around, it look like he's a bum off the street. It's a sad situation. But it happens because again, when you put that independent women talk and then in the high value talk out there, you're putting yourself in a trick hole bag. And people going to test if you're going to be that high value man. They're going to test if you're that independent woman. And then see the two things you're going to be the trick or the hoe. Which one you're going to be? And then people will look at these independent women and men and these high value men and try to be the hoes for them because, ooh man, I want to get taken care of. I want to live in that nice car. I want to be. I want that status. But they end up being hoes because these dudes are cheating. That quote unquote cheating piece. Then you got to go to court. And yeah, you might win all this money, but then at the end of the day, you're still in a bitter place because you wasted all the time. And don't think it's just the men going to court. You got the women going to court. Who can remember Mary J. Blige? She got took to the cleaners, not as much as how men get took, but she still got had to pay out of money because she was trying to be that independent woman, and she married her agent, who really couldn't do nothing for her. And he ended up using her money, putting her in the trick, bro, and using her money to buy other women. But that's what happens when that independent woman talk puts you in the either the put you in the trick bag, or it turns the dudes into the hoes. And that's really these talks turn men and women and put them in the reverse role. You got the men now want to be taken care of, and the women want to run men. In the end, still so lonely, and now we're still complaining about relationships. Why these men don't want to take care of women anymore? Why these women don't want to be submissive? Well, hell, what do you expect? Everybody want to control a relationship, and they want to use money to do it. So now, hey, women don't want to be submissive, men don't want to be leaders. For what? Too many people don't want leaders. Too many people don't want women to be a person that's going to be uh, a helpmate. They just want people to use and abuse, and then when they get used and abused, now they want to complain on the internet. These men, all they want to do is use me for my body, and now they're using us for our money. These women just want to use us for our money, and well, guess what? You made it about money. You got it. You want to be about how much you make. You got it. You took character out the situation and made it about how much money you make and how much can I pay for this person to be around. Well, guess what? Now it is what it is. You just change. You just change it around. One of the craziest songs that I ever saw and heard, but it is an accurate description of what's going on right now. Make It Rain trick. I think consciousness, that song, but that's an accurate depiction of a lot of these relationships right now. Trick, hold. I mean, that's what it is now. And people are trying to get back to the days where we loved each other and want to care for each other. But I'm sorry, the biggest factor is going to be is how much money you make, and that's not something that's going to go away anytime soon. And now the dudes don't want to give up their money. The women don't want to give up their money, and everybody want to play like I'm the top person. I'm the prize. The women saying I'm the prize. The men saying I'm the prize. And people keep feeding into that, and to the point where it's like, okay, well, if you're a prize, I'm gonna treat you like a prize. And when the the prize, the, that statue get dingy, I just replace you for another one. That's the result of the high value man independent women talk. You turn it into tricks and hoes instead of actually being a wife or a husband to somebody. It's all about the money. It is what it is. But anyway, let me get up out of here. Thank you, Conscious, for coming through. And remember, black men, be powerful or be powerless. The choice is yours. Later.